Welcome to this video. In this video, I'll give you a preview or some tips to complete assignment 5. All right, so assignment 5 says write a program that creates 8 separate frequency lists of words, one for each of the 8 registers in the mini core corpus, ordered in descending order of frequency, that is, with the highest frequency first going down. Each frequency list, one per register, should be written to a separate CSV file. The program should exclude stop words from your frequency lists. You can use either the stop words Python module, which is this module, right? You need to bring it into your PyCharm, right, environment using the preferences window, plus sign, right? Or the stop word list in the NLTK library. In this book, they show how you can do that, how you can get a list of stop words from the NLTK library. Okay, the idea there is that you'll be left with words that are meaningful, that have like lexical force. In a docx file in a Microsoft Word document, write between 100 and 200 words describing the differences you see between the frequency list and what you can learn about these registers based on those differences. You're going to turn into the CMS a zipped file with 10 files. You have your py file, your Python script that does the work. Then you have your report where you report on what you observe between the frequency lists across the registers in a Microsoft Word document, docx. And then 8 CSV files, one per register, right, with the frequency list of that register. So you have 10 files zipped together into one zip file. Here's some tips. I would probably actually, to get rid of the header, I would probably do, I would use the re.sub function where you search for a regex that matches the header lines, basically any line that has, or any text that begins with an opening angle bracket and then ends with a closing angle bracket, and just replace it with nothing. That is, delete it, right? That would also clean up these H tags and these P tags in the middle of the text that you'll see sometimes, see a lot. So I'd look into re.sub for this to clean up the header. And then here's how you can exclude the stop words. Once you have a list of stop words in a Python list, you can run this little bit of code here, this list comprehension code to do that. And there's a Stack Overflow thread that does what I show you over there, very similar to it. And then it would probably be a good idea to string concatenate the output file name to modify for each register within a for loop. For example, you could just string concatenate the current register into the file name, the out file name, right, as you're going through the registers. Okay, so once again, you're going to use this corpus that we used for a previous assignment. It looks like this, right? Getting rid of the header, as well as these. It'd probably be best to get rid of these as well, using the re.sub function. This is the way I'd approach it. This is kind of the logic I would use if I were a student. This is a pseudocode, right? Just kind of the logic. Get the file names, and then loop over the 8 registers. I put the 8 register codes, like the 2-character code for each register, into a list. So you have 8 elements. Then I would loop over that list. And then within the loop, I would create an empty dictionary that you would use to get the frequencies, right? I showed you dictionaries in lesson 7.1, and we looked at how to use dictionaries to get word frequencies in 7.4, lesson 7.4. And so create an empty dictionary, and then go into a for loop over the 1600 files. And if the current file belongs to the current register, which means you need to look at the 3rd and 4th characters of the file name and say, is this register the one I'm currently looking at, the one I want to collect frequencies for? If so, then let's do the following. Let's discard the header, right, with the re.sub function to get rid of angle bracket, anything closing angle bracket. Then let's split up into words, split up the current file into words. You need to deal with capitalization, right? So push everything to uppercase or lowercase. And then you loop over the words and you populate the dictionary as you're looping over the words, right? You do the frequency dictionary thing that I show in lesson 7.4. Once you've gone through all 1,600 files, then you're going to sort in descending order. And I show you how to do that in lesson 7.3 and 7.4, right? Sort in descending order based on frequency on the second element of the tuple that has a word and a frequency. Once you've done that, then open up an out file connection. Again, concatenating the current register's code into the out file name, the actual file name of the CSV file. Then loop over the sorted words and frequencies and write them out to the current CSV file. So that it does that 8 times because you're looping over 8 registers. You have 8 CSV files when it's done. Okay, so this is the approach. This is the kind of logic I would take it. Again, you don't have to follow this logic. If you have some better way, if you want to write a function and call it 8 times, go for it. But if you have no idea where to start, this right here would do the job. So, okay. So as always, I'm very happy to help out. If you have any questions, please let me know. Or come into my office hour, or go into the office hour of the TA. All right, best of luck. We'll see you next time.